It doesn't matter when you're watching this video. If you're watching it before the game today, after the game today, a week from now, 10 weeks from now, 2 months from now, this fact isn't going to change anytime in the near future. It's that Patrick Mahomes is better than Joe Burrow. I made this video a month ago talking about how Joe Burrow owns Patrick Mahomes. I made this video because I thought it was funny and pretty cool that Joe Burrow was 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes. Now, some people did take this video as I'm saying Patrick Mahomes is better than Joe. No, I'm not saying that whatsoever. It's just that Joe Burrow owns him because he beat him 3 times, and the 3 times they played, Joe Burrow might have played a little bit better. He had the edge. He won the game. That's all that this video is about. I'm making this video now because this game doesn't matter or have anything to do with this debate. Even if Joe Burrow goes 4-0 and beats Patrick Mahomes and goes to the Super Bowl again, it doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes will still be better than Joe Burrow. And I'm also making this video right now just to show a point that this game didn't matter, because I already know that all the people that love Joe Burrow and all of Cincinnati's fandom are gonna go crazy if Joe Burrow wins, and they're gonna continue this debate. I mean, I've already seen people in comment sections like on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I've seen it everywhere, and people are like, I think Joe Burrow's better than Patrick Mahomes. He's 3-0 against him, but this doesn't matter. So I guess if you're one of the people that think that Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes, I hope by the end of this video I'm able to convince you that he's not. And if I'm not able to convince you, then I think it's a lost cause and your mind will never be changed. If one of your reasons for Joe Burrow being better than Patrick Mahomes is that he's 3-0 against Mahomes, or if he wins today 4-0 against Mahomes, well, it'd be interesting on what you think of Baker Mayfield being 3-0 against Joe Burrow. Does this mean that Baker Mayfield is better than Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes? And Kyler Murray is 3-0 against Baker Mayfield, so does this mean that Kyler Murray is better than Baker Mayfield, better than Joe Burrow, and better than Patrick Mahomes? No. A good way to compare the two is overall record. Patrick Mahomes has an overall record of 64-16, while Joe Burrow's is 24-17-1. 64-16 is crazy. If you want to look at their average passing yards per game, Mahomes averages 23 more yards per game than Burrow while playing nearly double the amount of games he has. Mahomes also has a higher yards per pass average than Joe Burrow, but this one's a pretty small difference. And lastly, Mahomes has a way better touchdown to interception ratio than Burrow. This one blows my mind. Mahomes has thrown 192 touchdowns to 49 interceptions, while Burrow has thrown 82 touchdowns to 32 interceptions. Joe Burrow has nearly thrown as many interceptions that Patrick Mahomes has, while Patrick Mahomes has over double the amount of touchdowns passed. Now let's look at this. This is comparing both quarterbacks' playoff performances. Now I'm going to have you guess which side you think is Patrick Mahomes's and which side you think is Joe Burrow's. Now if you look at the statistics, one side is better than the other in every single category. And if you guess the right side being Patrick Mahomes and the left side being Joe Burrow, you're 100% correct. Obviously, I don't know how you could get this wrong. But just look how much better Patrick Mahomes has played than Joe Burrow in the playoffs. Look at the touchdown to interception ratio. Look how many more touchdowns Patrick Mahomes has than Joe Burrow, and not even that many more games. It's insane. Next up, let's quickly look through Patrick Mahomes' playoff career. In 2019, in the AFC Championship, Mahomes barely lost to Tom Brady. In 2020, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl and won Super Bowl MVP. In 2021, Patrick Mahomes lost in the Super Bowl to Tom Brady. In 2022, Patrick Mahomes lost in the AFC Championship to Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Now let's switch it to Joe Burrow. In 2022, Joe Burrow choked the Super Bowl away to the LA Rams. And obviously, both teams made it to the AFC Championship once again this year, but you can see they're totally separated by experience, number of games, statistics, and playoff appearances. This is Patrick Mahomes' 4th straight AFC Championship game. I mean, that's insane. I know this is Joe Burrow's 2nd, and if he wins, he would be in the Super Bowl for the 2nd time, but still, he wouldn't be better than Patrick Mahomes. Now, also, this game is a little bit hindered because Patrick Mahomes is playing with a bum ankle. If Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl this year, and he would have won it last year, then I feel like someone can make the argument Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes, but that didn't happen last year. Joe Burrow choked it away, and this year, Joe Burrow has to beat the Chiefs, and then you'd have to beat the Eagles or the 49ers, and I don't see that. I mean, it could happen, but they're hard. They'd be tough opponents. Now, my last reason why Joe Burrow isn't as good as Patrick Mahomes is the eye test. Take this play, for example, earlier this year. Have you ever seen Joe Burrow make a play like this? No, you haven't. You haven't seen Joe Burrow jump out and sidearm it 30 yards up the field while being totally horizontal with the ground. It's just a Patrick Mahomes thing. Patrick Mahomes is just on a different level than Joe Burrow. Mahomes is just a demigod from another planet. He's not from this world, and he's going to be the best quarterback of all time. I think he will be the best quarterback of all time in my opinion. And I still picked him to beat the Bengals today in the AFC Championship. I think Mahomes is going to the Super Bowl to play either the 49ers or the Eagles. Now I know Mahomes is playing with a bum ankle, but I still think that he's going to find a way to win. And I also still can't believe that Mahomes came back into the game against the Jags when he could not even walk. He was hopping on one foot. Like, I can't believe he came back into that game. That was insane. But I got the Chiefs winning. I have the Eagles winning. Could be wrong. It doesn't even matter if I'm wrong because it wouldn't change the outcome of this debate right here, whether Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes. Who's better? It's Patrick Mahomes every day of the week. And lastly, I forgot to add, Mahomes also won MVP in 2018, and he'll probably win it again this year. Burrow hasn't won MVP yet.